Oh, happy Sunday, everybody. Very bright out here, sun shining. My early winter is melting. Look, you can see my mess again. I guess I should have had a tarp on it. Yeah, it's just a little update. See what's missing in the driveway? You see 0 vehicles and I'm home. That's not good. Yeah, a little issue with the transfer case on my truck. Wouldn't go into 4-wheel drive. We go in 4 low, but not 4 high. But it didn't want to go in 4 low. Well, it's not a 4-wheel drive if it won't go into 4-wheel drive, right? So it was either leave it alone or fix it. So I brought it away Friday. I'm thinking I told you guys that already. A gentle southeast wind. So anyways, he's been working on it all day yesterday, and he called me up and he said he's ordered a new one. Not a brand new one, a rebuilt one. So yeah, it's going to cost me a few bucks. He says mine was junk. He says if I was going to have him rebuild it, it was going to cost almost $2,000. Because to buy them new, I guess they're like 4. So for the time and effort. So he's getting a rebuilt one for me, installed for 700 bucks. Yeah, it's not cheap. Even that's not cheap. But I look at it this way. I'll have 4-wheel drive working awesome because that's what this guy's specialty is. So he said he won't put in junk. He says it will be taken apart, cleaned, new oil, new gaskets, new filter, whatever they have in them. Yeah, don't mind me. A subscriber suggested put a box fan in front of the stove so it would suck the hot air off of it. Well, I have these goofy things. They're called Echo fans. I generally don't use them. I have one already on there. I'm going to try another one. Maybe it'll help push the air around a little better. Give it a few seconds. It'll start. It has to feel the heat. It's free electricity. They're not cheap to buy. I buy everything on sale if I'm going to buy them. That one was from Princess Auto, which is a sister to the one you have in the States. Oh, I keep forgetting what it's called. I'll think of it. And this one came from TSC. Well, those things start at $100 and some. There we go. Look at that. See, told you. Didn't even take a minute. It's fueling the heat from the stove. It makes the little motor run. The hotter the stove, the faster it runs. I'm just trying it out. Yeah, I've had them for a couple of years. They look brand new. I'm just trying them out. See if they'll help with this stove. Because I had, like I said, a subscriber suggested put a box fan in front of the stove. The only issue is you got to keep moving it every time you want to put wood in. These things, I just leave them alone. Stove goes out, they quit running. 0 hydro, if you're a stickler, like people that are off grid that use wood stoves all the time, those are perfect. I've seen one guy's wood stove, I think he had 8 of them on there. But holy moly, at $100 a pop, it's almost $1,000. It would have been cheaper to run a small electric fan. But I bought them, on sale a couple of years ago. Oh, what's the name of that store in the U.S.? Everybody knows it because they sell the junk just like Princess Auto does. Actually, Princess Auto now is starting to sell some name products, so. Oh, I'll think of it later. But anyways, I didn't bring you in for that. Well, I did a bit. A little update on the outside, a little update on the truck. I brought you in for this. Now, I had all them inverters, 7 of them, correct? Sitting there. Well, I didn't think you wanted to watch me rip them apart because there's 7 all the same. I'm doing the last one. Remember, the one was different. If you look at the video or the picture, the inverters had, and bear with me, the inverters had a coil of wire, and then they had an extra coil of wire. Well, this one, I was wondering why it didn't have it. It had the transformer, it had the wee little guy, which is this stuff, the hard stuff. Like this stuff is very hard copper. Well, I'm kind of getting ripped off. See, they all had the same heat sink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, this one surprised me as I'm taking it apart. Look what popped out of the inside. Isn't that pretty? It was hiding. See, they all had them like this. This guy had them perfectly square, has to line up. Stuck right in there, and then that steel thing was around it. That, what do you call it? This stuff. It sits right there. Actually, it leads. Yeah, it sits right there. Goes all the way through to the other side. What makes the motor work, I guess. But anyways, that's why I brought you in here, to show you. It's got 4 little spools, and then I do believe 1 in there. Hopefully you're seeing that alright. But yeah, this is just rope. That's all it is. It's just a rope copper on here. It's a lot nicer than those steel ones, because at least with these it is copper, and you're only dealing with plastic. And how easy it comes off. Mind you, it's not number 1 because it has a varnish coating on it. I've been having issues, well, not major issues, trouble with my, oh, that's a little hunk of copper. I'm thinking. I have to clean that off. That was, that's kind of surrounded it, held that steel thing on. But now that I'm looking at it and it's not magnetic, I'm thinking it's copper. Oh yeah, just insulated copper. See that? Solid core too. Well, that'll have to be cleaned up. That's more copper. All these lines run across. You just unwind. But that's what I've been doing, just playing in the garage. It's going on 11:30. I've been out here doing stuff, wandering around with the dog for a little bit. And farting around, I thought, well, I might as well get these off the workbench. That's why I put them on there, to make sure I do. I procrastinate a little bit. Put stuff aside and do something else. I brought a couple fans in from the snowbank outside. Oh, this is all one lead. There you go. Well, we don't need to know how many miles it is long. I'm going to try something different. Just let her unwind like a spool. I know you can't see it, it's on the floor. So I see YouTube has changed the rules a little bit. They want you to confirm that you are child safe video or something like that. I don't know why YouTube's trying to be first on the bandwagon for stuff like that. Huh, guess that's the end of it. It's not like kids can't highlight anything, you know. Like, but it changed YouTube. I noticed YouTube changed a bit because when I click on it and I see all the pictures, they seem to be larger. Is that for the viewing impaired? Yeah. Now we got the end of it. There's some more of that steel. Oh, there's a little bit left in there. See, that plugs in like that. It's just, what do you call it, non-ferrous, or ferrous, not non-ferrous, if it was non-ferrous I would have hung on to it. Ferrous metal. Oh, just a little piece, that's all that was in there. And then that's garbage. So yeah, it's, the stove's not doing too bad. Of course it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit out today. It started off pretty darn chilly. But, wow, this is really stiff. That's some good, that'd be number 1 copper. especially when you can strip it with a knife just like that. Of course, I don't think that's really insulation on it much. It's more like the paint. There we have it. Nice solid hardcore copper. It's very, it's stiffer than hydro wire, but it is copper. So aluminum, copper, little bits of brass, not a whole lot, just these little guys. I'll bring you closer. Just these little guys right here, little tidbits. Oh, I'm missing one. There's 6 transformers, or inverters, sorry. There's only 5. Wow. For how much they weigh, it ain't gonna be much. So that's what that was. They were on the circuit boards. Actually, they look like they're copper. It might be. They can go in with the copper. I'll have to check it more. So 6 of these guys, right? Actually 7, sorry. Oh, so I'm missing 2 of those. Let go. There. So 7 of those. It's all extruded aluminum. And then this is the copper out of it. Not bad. I'd say at least a pound, maybe more. Maybe 2 pounds. That's about it. But it's there. It's better than those, right? Unless those are 100% copper, then they'll be heavier. But you know this is copper. So it goes into the copper bucket. See, I'm starting, I've finished the first 5 gallon, now I'm starting the next one. These are all extruded. So they'll be going in with the extruded aluminum. Well, right now everything's kind of mixed. Then go in there. That was the circuit boards from them all. Whoop. So just a little update. So yeah, those fans are working. They do blow the air. You can see how fast they're turning. The hotter the stove, the faster they go. So, and they suggest to have them near the back. So that way they suck up cold air from right behind the stove, right? And blow it straight across, so it warms it up right away. Because that's the only downfall with a wood stove. Unless you have fresh air coming from outside directly into the vent, you are going to feel all the drafts you have in the house. You put your hand anywhere, along a window, along a door, you'll feel it because the fan from the stove, the stove itself, because it needs the air, it just keeps eating oxygen. It's going to let you know how drafty your house is. Now, I always liked it. The drafty house means you're always getting fresh air, right? So carbon monoxide buildup won't be an issue, I don't think. I didn't say do without a carbon monoxide detector. I just don't think it'll be an issue. So anyways, I'm having trouble loading up my videos. Yesterday's videos are coming up today because yesterday I'd start them and it would buffer, and then it wouldn't. It looked like it just stalled right out. I don't know if it's combination my computer, the internet, both, or just the one. I really don't know, but for some reason today it's working a little better. I got the one video up and the other one's still trying. So with any luck, this one might go up too, and then you'll know what's going on. So hopefully Monday I can give you an update when I get it back. We'll have to go find some 6-foot deep snow and we'll have to try out my new 4-wheel drive. because that truck is designed, I still have the original owner's manual to that truck. It was in the glove box, still sealed in its little Ziploc bag. 4 high, 2 high, neutral, 4 low. If you're in 2 high and you're cruising down the road and you need to go into 4-wheel drive, it's designed to go in as you're driving down the road. So you don't stop. Some of them you used to have to stop, put it in 4-wheel drive. Didn't go. This one was designed to, in high, to go as you need it. So as you're cruising down the road, drop her into 4 high and away you continue on. 4 low was designed that you had to sit still or you got stuck. You put it in park, put the gear shift into 4 low, and pulled it into drive and go. If you put it in neutral, neither one will line up and all you'll hear is because I've done that before too. Hey, if you don't read a book, you just learn, right? Nobody tells you. Every 4-wheel drive is different. Some of them, I do believe Ford was really known for that, was you had to get out and lock up the front wheels, the hubs. So it didn't matter how well you put the gear shift in the 4-wheel drive if you did not get out and lock your hubs. I always thought that was a downfall because unless you're knowing you're going to get stuck in a swampy field, you got to get out and go walk through the mud and turn and lock them hubs. There was a little key on the front of each wheel, like both sides. It would say lock or free. So that I thought was a downfall. Like, why do you wait till you're in the mud and then you got to get out and lock your wheels? You get all dirty. I've had 4-wheel drives before. Had a Dodge Ram Charger. Awesome truck, big old tank, big gas guzzler. It had a 35-gallon tank in it. But I used it as a toy, so I didn't care how much it cost on gas. I had that thing buried before. I was out in some farm swampland and yeah, I made a track around the perimeter a few times, but the third time, man, I buried it. I had to crawl out the windows. The bottom of the window, right? The bottom of the window, not the top. That's how high I got it buried into that swamp. I had to go get a local farmer with his great big, what do you call those, pivots in the middle. Versatile. He had to come out with that. He thought I was lying, but I wasn't lying. And then I had to dig and find that front end and hook the chain to it. And it took a few little tugs to get me out of there. And it took more than a week to get all the mud out from my brakes and drivetrain and all that. But hey, it was a toy. So, anyways, that was that. I got more stuff to do. I'm going to go in the house, see how that video is uploading. It's going on lunchtime, so I won't be back out here until after lunch. I go in, eat, spend time with the dog. These are actually, I'm standing here and I can feel the heat a lot better. That one was blowing it that way. I know if I put them behind it, it would work better. But I'm still hoping. But this stove doesn't work as well as that one. Sorry, this stove does not work as well as that one. I should look at the camera when I'm pointing. So, we'll go from there. So that's what me is doing. See my snow pile. I can see out my window again. See, that TV was higher. And that, like, yeah. I couldn't see out. So it is melting. Like Kingdom said, he commented, he says, later on this week. I says, yep, the weather's supposed to be above freezing, almost near 40 by Thursday. So we'll get lots of water laying around. But the ground is not frozen. That's why I didn't make a trail out front. In case you're wondering, I made a couple trails back here, but my water line from the road comes around the one side of the building, and I did need to uncover it in case we got a deep freeze, and then I have issues with the water line. It is deep enough in the ground. I haven't had issues with it since we've been here, but I don't need to create an issue either, right? So we go like that. So I'm going to put some more wood on here. I'm going in for lunch. Have a nice day.